Imagine a question so profound, so utterly perplexing, that it can bend your logic, shatter your perception of reality, or force you to confront uncomfortable truths about yourself. These aren't just riddles. They are thought experiments, hypothetical scenarios designed to push the very limits of our understanding, revealing cracks in our assumptions, and challenging the very foundations of philosophy, science, and even what it means to be human. Today, on Simple Schematic, we're going to step into the mind-bending realm of pure abstraction. We're going to systematically explore every thought experiment that breaks your brain, dissecting their impossible premises, unraveling their startling implications, and witnessing how they reveal the hidden complexities of the universe and our own minds. Get ready to have your logic twisted, your reality questioned, and your brain utterly broken, one schematic at a time. Let's begin with a classic that tests our moral compass, the trolley problem. Imagine you are standing by a railway track. A runaway trolley is hurtling down the tracks, and ahead, 5 people are tied to the track, unable to move. The trolley is headed straight for them. You are standing next to a lever. If you pull the lever, the trolley will switch to a different track. However, on that other track, a single person is tied up. Do you pull the lever? Do you sacrifice one to save 5, actively choosing to kill someone? Or do you do nothing and let 5 die, passively allowing it? There's no right answer. Only uncomfortable choices that expose our deepest ethical dilemmas about active versus passive harm and the value of individual lives. Next, let's question what's real with Plato's allegory of the cave. Imagine prisoners chained in a cave their whole lives, facing a blank wall. Behind them, a fire burns, and between the fire and the prisoners, people carry objects, casting shadows on the wall. The prisoners see only these shadows and believe they are reality. One day, a prisoner escapes, sees the true world outside, the sun, trees, real objects, and is overwhelmed. When they return to tell the others about the real world, the other prisoners think they're insane. This experiment asks, are we, too, trapped in a cave, perceiving only shadows of a deeper reality? What if our senses, our brains, even our very understanding, are limiting us from seeing the ultimate truth? Now let's play with identity using the ship of Theseus. Imagine a legendary ship. Over centuries, every single plank, every mast, every part of the ship eventually rots away and is replaced. Piece by piece, new wood replaces old. When all the original parts are gone, is it still the same ship? And what if, over time, all the original rotten parts were collected and reassembled into a second ship? Which one is the true ship of Theseus? This paradox breaks down our understanding of identity, continuity, and what truly constitutes an object or even a person if every cell in your body is replaced over years. Prepare for a classic brain breaker that questions infinity itself, Zeno's paradoxes, specifically Achilles and the tortoise. Imagine Achilles, the swiftest of warriors, is in a foot race with a tortoise. To give the tortoise a head start, Achilles allows it to begin 100 meters ahead. Zeno argues that Achilles can never catch the tortoise. Why? Because to reach the tortoise's starting point, Achilles must first cover 100 meters. By the time he does, the tortoise will have moved a small distance forward. To cover that new distance, Achilles must again move, by which time the tortoise has moved again, and so on, infinitely. Achilles must always cover an infinite number of ever smaller distances, and thus can never reach the tortoise. It seems absurd, yet logically it's hard to refute, without understanding the mathematics of infinite series. It breaks our intuition about motion and infinity. Let's enter the weird world of quantum mechanics with Schrödinger's cat. Imagine a cat placed in a sealed box with a radioactive source, a Geiger counter, a hammer, and a vial of poison. There's a 50% chance the radioactive source will decay, triggering the Geiger counter, which causes the hammer to smash the vial, releasing the poison and killing the cat. According to quantum mechanics, until the box is opened and observed, the radioactive atom is both decayed and not decayed simultaneously. This means the cat, linked to the atom state, is simultaneously both alive and dead. The paradox forces us to confront the bizarre implications of quantum superposition and the role of observation in defining reality. Does opening the box truly decide the cat's fate? Now, let's explore consciousness with the Chinese room argument. Imagine a person who speaks only English locked in a room. Outside the room, native Chinese speakers pass notes under the door. Inside the room, the English speaker has an enormous book of rules. These rules tell them how to match Chinese symbols from the incoming notes to other Chinese symbols from outgoing notes. The rules are so good that the Chinese speakers outside believe they are conversing with a fluent Chinese speaker. The argument asks, Does the person inside the room actually understand Chinese, or are they just following rules? This breaks our brain about artificial intelligence. Can a machine truly understand, or does it just perfectly simulate understanding? It challenges the very definition of consciousness and intelligence. Consider a chilling thought about consciousness in a vast, empty cosmos. The Boltzmann brain. Imagine the universe is a chaotic, random place. Given infinite time, even the most improbable things are statistically bound to happen. So, if the universe is large enough and old enough, it's theoretically far more probable for a single brain to spontaneously fluctuate into existence out of the void, complete with false memories of a past, than it is for an entire complex universe and human civilization to form. The question is, if this is true, how do you know you're not just a, quote, Boltzmann brain, a disembodied consciousness floating in an empty void, hallucinating everything you perceive? It utterly shatters our confidence in the reality of our existence and memories. Finally, a mind-bending identity puzzle. Swamp Man. Imagine a man, identical to you, walking in a swamp. A lightning bolt strikes a nearby tree and, completely by chance, rearranges its molecules into an exact physical duplicate of you, down to every single atom and neural connection. This Swamp Man then walks out of the swamp and encounters your friends, who believe it's you. The question is Swamp Man actually you? Does he have your memories, your consciousness, your identity? Or is he just a perfect copy, lacking the causal history that defines you? It breaks our idea of self, memory, and the elusive nature of consciousness, asking if a perfect copy truly equals the original. From moral quandaries to the nature of reality itself, these thought experiments are powerful tools. They force us to question, to challenge, and to acknowledge the incredible depths of the unknown. They show us that, sometimes, the most profound insights come not from observation, but from pure, unadulterated imagination. They compel us to ponder, what other hidden complexities lie beneath the surface of our everyday assumptions? And how much of what we perceive as solid truth is merely a construct, waiting to be dismantled by a clever question? The allure of thought experiments isn't just in their ability to break our brains, but in their power to rebuild our understanding, pushing the boundaries of what we thought was possible to comprehend. What thought experiment completely breaks your brain? Or which one reveals a truth you never considered? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Who says this is professional. It's mind-bending, offering adulting to your face. If you found this mind-bending journey intriguing, hit that like button and subscribe to Simple Schematic for more.